Smartwatches are in a bit of a weird place. They aren't doing so hot in the market because people don't really feel like they need to spend a lot of money to get one. Because when you have one, what exactly do you do with it? It's more or less a glorified notification checker. And for some people, that's great, that's what they want. But for other people, it just might not be worth the money. While the Apple Watch has gained a little traction and seems to have picked up quite the community, Android Wear necessarily can't say the same. There were almost no Android Wear watches last year, but this year things are starting to pick up a bit thanks to Android Wear 2.0. The new thing that we can try it on is LG's new smartwatches, the LG Watch Sport and the LG Watch Style. Now the LG Watch Sport has everything you would want on an NFC, which means you can use Android Pay on it, GPS, so you can take it out for a run, store music, just about anything you would really need for a modern day smartwatch. Unfortunately, it's also really thick. It's really bulky and it doesn't really seem to be meant for people with smaller wrists. Even for me, I'm 6'4", it still seems a little thick, as you can sort of see here. It's really thick and I actually like the design because it looks very simplistic, but even though it's sleek, it doesn't necessarily mean that, it's comfortable. It still has a gorgeous display. It's POLED, it's great blacks, vibrant colors, and the processor that's inside it is the Snapdragon Wear 2100. It runs for the most part fine. There are some stutters now and then, especially when you're downloading app updates. The Sport model, though, has 3 buttons, which makes it unique. The top one is Google Fit, if you want to quickly go into track and activity. The bottom one is Android Pay, but again, you can customize these to whatever you want. The main middle button is sort of like Apple's digital crown. Basically, you can use it for scrolling. And the big other update that's in this is Google Assistant. There's different things you can do on Google Assistant on varying devices. The Assistant on Android Wear 2.0 is more or less what you used to be able to do with Google now, these sort of basic Google search queries. I assume one day perhaps there will be a universal assistant from Google where you can just do the same thing on all platforms, but we're not there yet. And right now Assistant again is more or less what you can do with most Android phones, which is triggering OK Google and asking for most search results. You can also just press and hold the home button to do that. So you can actually just say it, OK Google. But unfortunately, you can't hear any of the results because for some reason Google's decided not to do that. They thought that Google Assistant shouldn't necessarily speak out on this device because it's a watch. You might not want it to just randomly go off now and then and set the volume. But that's the strange thing, you can control the volume, and I feel like you should have had the option to at least choose if you wanted to have Assistant speak out. It's also an LTE-enabled watch, so it works on AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, which means that you have better chance of just going out with your watch without your phone and doing a lot more things like streaming music from the 4 gigabytes that you can here, or you can just use a streaming service to listen to music while you're on the go. So it still really depends on whether you think notifications in your watch is worth it or not. The good thing about Google's Android Wear platform is that it works with iOS, and it's supposed to work even better with Android Wear 2.0. So you can use it with your iPhone and your Android phone. This device isn't cheap. It's $350, which is comparable to the Apple Watch and other smartwatches out there. But again, it's a bit of an asking price for someone who might not find a need for a smartwatch. But for $350, you get GPS, LTE connectability, NFC, so you can use Android Pay, and a nice large screen that you can use Android Wear 2.0 on. So if you want the first row seat to Android Wear, this is probably your watch to get. There will be a ton more Android Wear watches this year though, so it might be worth waiting it out also to see what else is new. But until then, this is the LG Watch Sport, and we like it so far. We just don't know if you think smartwatches are worth it.